morning, Year 2. Today we are going to read a section of the book, The Wonder. Now, I'd like you to watch this video twice. We are going to go through the story, and the first time I'd like you to turn the volume off and have a go at reading it yourself. And then when you get to the end, I'd like you to go back to the start of the video and listen to me read it to you. So, when we go through the book, you will see some common exception words in purple. The three of the most tricky today are whose, school, and where. Can you say those? Whose, school, and where. And in pink is any new vocabulary that I think we will need to discuss at the end. So the first time, and it's going to start in a minute, you need to turn your volume off and read along. Ready? This is a boy whose head is filled with wonder. On the way to school, he wonders where the birds are flying. You've got your head in the clouds, sighs the park keeper as the boy nearly steps on his freshly mown grass. Do you really think the boy has his head in the clouds? Waiting for the school bus, he wonders who makes the clouds. Wake up, daydreamer, grumbles the bus driver as the boy bumps into another passenger. On the school crossing, he wonders if the lollipop lady's sign tastes as orange as it looks. Pay attention to the road, snaps the lollipop lady. When he gets to school, he wonders what the best playground in the world might be like. No daydreaming today, warns his form teacher. In his science lesson, he wonders how the stars shine. You can't be scatterbrained in a laboratory, barks the science teacher. In his art class, the boy finds a blank square of paper waiting. At first, he can't think of anything at all to draw. Just use your imagination, his art teacher tells him. And that's where we're going to stop today. So let's go back and look at the new vocab that we found in the story, or the vocab that might be new to some of you. We saw the phrase head in the clouds, and in the picture the boy didn't have his head in the clouds. So this is an expression, and it means to be daydreaming or to not be thinking about real life. So if the boy's head in the clouds, he was far away, he wasn't focusing on what was happening in his life at that time. Scatterbrained is a word for forgetful or a bit disorganised and silly. And a laboratory is where science is carried out. And barks, obviously we know what a bark is, but it's said that the science teacher barked at him, and it doesn't mean he said woof woof woof. It describes the sound his voice was making, and it probably wasn't a very soft or kind sound, the way he said it. So let's think about what's happened in the story and what we know about the boy so far. We know he has an amazing imagination, and we know that some grown-ups don't like it when he uses it. So, can you use what we already know to predict what might happen next? I'd like you to write your prediction down. You might want to use one of these sentence starters. For example, my prediction is that, or I think the next thing that will happen is, or using what has happened so far, I predict that. Can you use the conjunction because to give a reason for your answer?